Michelle, I know that you've worked hard on improving the diversity of the student body as well as the faculty and the faculty pipeline. And that's really hard when you're in an environment where there's not a lot of turnover, et cetera. So how are you addressing the inclusion dimension of your culture?
Yeah, I think that's really a challenge. Instinctively in my environment, the conversation generally turns right away to the numbers of students and number of minority faculty of color. And I have been from day one saying it's not just about the numbers. It has to be the climate and the culture. And what that requires is getting the faculty, getting the staff and the student body to recognize that there are practices and processes that are routine in the mainstream of the school's functioning that has to really be thoughtfully addressed to dismantle the embedded hierarchy that keep people doing the same things the same way. For example, we should have more diversity and inclusiveness in some of our quantitative areas of public health. But the practices of how applications are reviewed, how awards are given out, work against Black and brown quantitative scientists who want to be in public health. And so it's not just always about the numbers, it's trying to get people to see how embedded practices, unconscious biases, lead to excluding a whole segment of our talented population from engaging more in the quantitative sides of public health. On the social determinants and behavioral side, we don't see that problem because that's a culture and a department that is open to a more diverse set of talent engaged. So it's having difficult conversations. Sometimes if it has to be facilitated with an outsider who might have more spaciousness, to really hold a mirror up and say some of the practices we have embedded in those practices are ways that keep diversity and inclusion and belonging not a realized goal. It's hard because there are parts of the community who will expect because I'm a Black woman, I can make things change right away. And that's an unrealistic expectation. It really requires the whole community to make that commitment to create a space that is wholesome and inclusive, and that excellence is not mutually exclusive from diversity and inclusiveness.